And we're oh wait, wrong fandom. Gosh. Gotta save that for a different show. Oh man, so many sci-fi shows. Welcome back, guys. To all of this has happened before. And like the last several episodes, all of this happened before. No, we are joined by we have Hoochman. You want to say hi, Hoochman?
No.
That's fair. And then we have Kat. Want to say hi, Kat?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Oh, yeah, we're always excited. And this week we're gonna find out that you can't go home again, right? You just can't go home again.
Well, I mean, if you have a map, maybe.
I don't know. I don't have a map here. I'm lost out here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty lost.
I have Dratus.
You know what? Just enjoy your Dratus, okay? So yes, guys, we are back. This is episode 5 of season 1, of course, episode 6 of our show. But we are kind of the second. It's a two-parter from last week's Act of Contrition, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we are. Gosh, I remember that top of my head. I'm like, yeah, score 1 point. No. So as we said, this episode is titled "You Can't Go Home Again," and I guess we just we left off last week with. You guys kind of remember where we left, or do you want me to? What do you guys remember?
I mean, we can do a quick recap. I mean, I know that, of course, the inn left us on a cliffhanger.
Correct.
Because Starbuck was, of course, still in the middle of training Hot Dog and the rest of the B team, so to speak, which now became the A team because, the A team's all gone.
Well, I think they were the C team that had to become the A team because they really got down.
They were like the D team, but since like B, C.
I think we're trying to promote the T team.
Well, yeah, because the B team blew up. B for bomb. So they.
Oh, but boom!
Actually, bombs away.
D for drone.
What?
D for drone.
Oh, fine. We'll just drone on about it. Hey, no. But yes, we saw some new recruits being trained. We got to see some past situations with Starbuck, and we saw Starbuck get some because she had to get some. We got to see her reactions and basically Adama finding out about the guilt that Starbuck has had. So much so that he had to. That disappointment of when you're your parent is like, I'm not mad at you, I'm disappointed, and you just everything shatter for Starbuck. And so Starbuck, yes, goes out there to train the new recruits. Some Cylons show up. They go into a dogfight, all that fun stuff in space, and they are unclear if because they lose contact with Starbuck if she is dead or not. What we see is her ship go spiraling down to the planet as she jumps out. Doesn't she parachute out, right?
She ejects.
Yeah.
So we see her fall down to the planet, and that is, I believe that is just where it leaves off, isn't it? Where that that ends. So we pick back up right away during the event, right? Because we start off. One of the people that was out there in the dogfights with her was Hot Dog. He had gotten attacked, or his ship had gotten one of his engines had gotten shot. So he was kind of
he must have punched out because he was picked up by Boomer's Raptor.
Yeah, he was trying to fly off, but clearly he clearly couldn't make it back to the ship. So Boomer has picked him up in the Raptor.
He needed a tow.
What?
He needed a tow.
Yeah. Well,
he needed a major tow by the time.
Did they actually tow it back in, or is it just out there?
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to later.
Well, it just makes me this. This goes back to you guys have watched Star Trek Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, you didn't watch Voyager? Oh, I was.
Oh yeah.
How many times did they blow up the Delta Flyer?
Oh, 5 or 6.
And what's funny is I was reading this.
No, technically it's only blown up twice, but they crash it on about 8 planets.
They fuck it up a lot.
Yeah.
And what's funny about that
is not happy.
Well, and that's why the funny part is, when you look at all the other Star Trek shows, they didn't always have something happening to their space shuttle all the time. Where in Voyager, it seems like it happened a lot. And
the original series actually had it happen a few times as well.
Well, or OG. I'm talking about like as we get to next gen, all the other little sides that were happening. It didn't seem like it happened that often.
Oh, we don't talk about TOS. I see.
Okay. But this goes back to my point I'm joking about is that like in the time frame where it's like, oh, we're short on supplies and stuff to make things. I guess we're just gonna lose Viper pilots or Viper ships, right? Like it's like,
well, I would have thought because they do the beginning of the episode is they are sending out search and rescue Star. Yeah. At some point, they would have gone and grabbed that wreck simply because they need the parts.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, and I think what they're doing too, one of the things he mentioned is that like whatever was in that atmosphere was like clogging up things.
Yeah.
And so like there are certain filters on automobiles that are disposable. There are certain parts that you can rinse and reuse. And so I'm guessing with a lot of the problem that they're having is they're basically just going to have to like pull everything apart and degunk it and put them back together. But at the same time, if they have a plane out there that they could salvage for parts, if they can get their hands on it, it might be worth it, right?
It's the comparison of having a strong
without that, just generally need the parts.
Oh, I was just going to say it's the comparison of, a strong smoker in the car with that smoking smell and then leaving your car and letting hobos have an orgy in it. Totally see what you're going to save and what you're not going to save, right?
I mean, the hobos still might take it and have an orgy in it. I mean, it's...
There you go. Well, as a boomer gets hot dog, let's see. We see Apollo gives hot dog his wings. When he gets back to the ship, we see Apollo like takes off his like pin and puts it on him, and he's like, "You've earned that." And it's like, "Oh, okay, cool." If I would, smart ass me wanted to be like, "Gee, thanks, dude. I'm sure this means a lot in the end of the universe of human race. Thank you." Like, it's the equivalent of you know what you guys get? A pizza party this weekend. Woohoo!
Well, the thing is he took at least one or two ships out before he won.
So, no, I know. I'm just making fun of like the gesture. I get the gesture, but it is a funny situation when you consider the entire human race is like gone. And it's like, you know what? You get promoted. Yeah, no shit I get promoted because no one else is here.
Yeah.
I guess I win by default. We see Apollo is going to go back out there to find Starbuck. Basically, they're going to start some search patterns because they believe she is out there. They just don't know where because they said they lost connection with her ship.
Well, I think she did that on purpose, though.
What do you mean?
So they lost contact with her before she got in that final dogfight with the Cylon ship. And I think
it was after it took a hit. I think it was the hit that knocked it out.
Well, because you saw her flip something.
Well, I thought it was I thought they lost track of her when she started flying too close to the planet. I thought.
No, the ship was hit. It took out something before.
Like it was kind of glitchy.
Yeah.
But it was from what I could tell, just like of the facial expression and everything else, it was almost like she flipped off her GPS.
Like she flipped it off. She was like, "Fuck you, GPS."
Well, basically, so that way the Cylon ship, when she was about to do this crazy Ivan maneuver, couldn't track her.
I could see that maybe.
I think it was just hit.
Yeah. Because it seemed to be everything was fine, and then it was like she flipped something, and all of a sudden it went off.
I think that was when her ship was hit. It was basically turning something off that was damaged.
Maybe.
It was just Starbucks time of the month, and she was like, "You know what? YOLO, time to go out."
YOLO, yeah, we doing this.
Yeah, fuck this ship. Adama already hates me. I'm just gonna go.
When it's your time, it's your time. Go out in blaze of glory.
Yeah, light them up if you got them. Let's see. I wrote Starbuck is passed out, waking up, being dragged by her chute.
Which I was curious about that when it first started because the way that her chute was pulling her. Was also be like if someone was trying to drag someone who was maybe a little bit bigger than they were.
Yeah, I can see that.
So like if you had one of the like human Cylons.
It's another boomer. No.
Yeah, it's another boomer.
Well, she hits the quick release. The problem is it's tied up, it's tangled in her legs.
Right, but when she first wakes up, there's like that like grab pull.
You can't tell what's pulling on her.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, it's the way the wind is catching her chute. Like, oh wait, she's Air Force. Does she carry a knife?
It's just the great day to go parasailing. That's all.
Right. Well, but that's the worst part is that's kind of a legit question because I mean I don't know if we talked about it on this show. I know we've talked about it on Gauntlet and a couple other shows. Like, I mean, I live in a city that has a lot of military personnel. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of military personnel. Everybody I know who is almost every branch always carries a knife on them except for the Air Force.
Do they really not?
Well, I mean, a bad day for them is when the recliner has to be manually put down, or if they have to go up and manually change a channel. So they don't see things quite the same as some of the other branches. So that was my first thought. I was like, wait a minute, she's a pilot. I know a lot of battles
Marines that would eat crayons.
No, that's crayons, but that's not knives.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So that was my first thought. Was like, wait a minute. So are we going off the theory that these are naval pilots or these Air Force pilots? Because if she's an Air Force pilot, does she even have a knife on her?
Well, these would be more comparable to Navy pilots.
Yeah.
But anybody who has to have a shoot needs to carry a knife.
Doesn't mean they always do.
And then they pull one out, and then a crocodile Dundee pops. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
And pull out a spoon. What was that? That was a Simpsons, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. You've played knifey spoony before.
Gonna get spooned. No. We see actually she's being dragged. She is almost pulled off a cliff until she hurries up and cuts the rope. What's funny is that moment too. Like I figured that's where she was falling, is gonna do a big cliff, but that angle didn't make it look like a cliff until after she cut the rope and actually looked at. Because I was like, they try to show it, and it's like, oh, she's gonna get pulled off a cliff, and I was like, what are they doing? And then like after she cuts it, and looks like, okay, there's a cliff there. I think they could have changed that camera angle to make it look a little more like, oh shit, she's about to go over kind of thing versus.
But let's face it, first season had kind of a low budget.
It does. I mean, it's better budget than some shows. I mean,
well, yeah, it's better. It's better budget than some of what we see today. But they were working with a minimal budget because they still weren't. Even though the movie did really well as the pilot, they still weren't sure how the show was gonna go.
Well, remember, guys, this is 2006, right?
Four.
I thought the movie was 2003, and then the show came back like 2005, 2006.
No, the mini was 2004.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about this episode.
Yeah, that's probably
because it was like a year and a half, 2 years. Remember?
Let me see what air date. Air date is it's February. Well, the U.S. says February. Oh, interesting. It actually aired nearly 4 months earlier in the UK.
Well, that tracks.
It was 2004 in the UK.
Well, back then, yeah.
Over here.
Well, what I was just getting to was that you got to think about this era was pre the explosion of geek culture being like the big thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like these types of shows,
we're still on the fringe.
Yeah. They weren't the blockbuster that everyone thought they were. Like today, now every Star Trek movie has to make $1 billion, otherwise it doesn't mean anything to them, I guess.
Yeah.
So I wrote they can't find her, they're still looking, so they're scanning the planet as you talked about. I think they're kind of bringing up that their filters are getting gunked up with whatever's in the air.
They have to be flying, and they have to be flying so low to the atmosphere because the gas clouds, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see anything. And the
radar's not picking up anything either. So
it's particulates, dust clouds that would block your DRADIS as well.
Yeah. So it's like, not great. I wrote, so about this time,
we're on the notes. Here we go.
Hey, I gotta love the notes, right? Hey, this is because I have no self-control, and almost immediately after we film this, I have to watch the next episode. And then if we don't film for a minute, then I'm like, shit, what did I I have no self-control. My ADHD is not there.
What Tyler isn't telling us is he's watched the entire series 3 times since we started with episode 1.
Yeah, no, I wanted to. I did want to. I was like, I could just binge watch it and then we'll go back and watch it. Oh, this is hard, man. This is gonna be a hard 3 years, man. Where am I at now? They can't find her, so looking educated guess on Cylon's not coming. I do like that this is the point where the people are like, okay, well, she's probably gone, so we have to move on. And Adama is like, go fuck yourself. That he's like, Cylons are probably not coming, and they're like, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, educated guess. The most likely they're not coming. So we got a day or two. And they're like,
well, there was more to it than that, because Ty and him were having a conversation about this.
Oh, sure, but Ty even looked at him and thought he was smoking shit.
Ty said that if this was them, this would be about a 3-week search.
Mm-hmm.
But Adama turned around and said, well, let's at least have that for the Cylons and for them being more efficient.
Sure. But I do think Ty was also kind of looking at him and thinking, man, I know I'm the alcoholic, but damn, man, like, come on, that's okay.
Here's the other thing, too, is nobody knows what that atmosphere is down there. And the one point they bring up is that
they did get an atmosphere sample off of it.
Well,
Very
later they did.
Yeah.
But initially it was, if she's down there and if she doesn't have a breathable atmosphere,
she's gonna die.
She's got 48 hours of oxygen.
Which they do, which I have in my notes, we'll get there, but where they also a guesstimation.
Yeah. It's just
I do love that. It's like, oh well.
It's a theory. It's a fan theory.
Guesstimation. I wrote scans the moon. They're probably looking at all the different planets, trying to figure out what she is. I do have written in quotes from Adama, frack the odds. Again, I do love that we're seeing this is like Papa Bear pissed off that like he just lost a cub and feels really guilty because he yelled at Cub and told Cub to go fuck himself, and now he's like, oh shit, god damn it.
I didn't mean that. Yeah.
God damn it. So he's having some issues. We're finally getting some anger out of him. I wrote Baltar talking to Six right in front of the president, essentially.
I'm thinking to myself, like,
you can see the president's like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, yes and no, because like the first time like she sees his hand go up, it's like, the teacher in her is like, oh, the student's raising their hand. But then he doesn't put it down. He just sits there and holds it. Yeah. Yeah. Like finally he's like, oh, yeah. Got it.
What I actually wrote here was, this seems like this is kind of the first time the president's really acknowledging that something's weird. Because all the other times she kind of just like moved on, like, oh, he's a weird dude, whatever. But like this is definitely, you can see in her eye, like, that's weird, right? Like that's kind of that's odd. Yeah, he's weird. I wrote, so I did like this when we go back to Starbuck on the planet, that she has that tool that she can break open and it tells if the air is breathable or not. Like I thought that was a really cool, and that would make sense, something they would have on them, right? Like that makes sense. I thought that was a really cool tool. It makes sense that it would be there, and it's just an easy little thing that she can use. And what's cool is it's not just something they use for one scene; it does come back for a second scene later on. So I thought
it's not like a disposable thing; like you can use it multiple times. And the thing too that I thought was really smart about the design of it, it's the size of a tire pressure gauge.
Yeah, it's so simple.
If you've ever talked to people,
if it appears in Act 1, it will be important in Act 3.
Because all of this happened before?
No, that's an old saying about writing scripts and stuff like that. If something is introduced in Act 1, it will become important in Act 3.
Unless it's badly written.
Oh yeah.
But
go on. Sorry, go on.
They made sure that it was like a functional size. So that the pilots could keep on them no matter what conditions they end up in, it's there and they can use it as they need to. Where you see a lot of things in sci-fi, even for example, Star Trek and their scanners. Let's face it, those scanners are a little bit impractical.
You bring up the scanners makes me think of the joke that they make in Galaxy Quest when he has the scanner and he's trying to use it because they modeled it after the show and he's trying to figure out how to read it. And he goes, okay, this way. No, that way.
But I always thought those were kind of clunky.
Yeah.
And kind of like, I mean, and I guess it worked because most of the time they allegedly were on their starship. But, you know, you see all these shows about space exploration, and they all have some gadget that you use this giant, and this was back before we all were carrying, you know, computers in our pockets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they'd have this giant clunky, like, Nokia brick flip phone thing. And it's like, where are you going to keep that in your little, like, handy dandy?
They're pulling out the giant antenna.
So I kind of got to give him props at least with these things, the things that Starbuck had at her disposal on the planet. They were properly sized,
practical
that you would have it, and they would be practical. Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. I agree. Smart again, and that's a conscious decision, right? That, as you said, during that time frame of sci-fi, they could have been, here's a big, giant, junky little whatever. No, they gave her something super simple and easy.
In her solid backpack for her parachute, there's going to be this whole entire, like, mobile command unit.
Exactly.
You know,
well, you have to think it was written at a time that was stuck between Star Trek, all right,
Star Trek.
Tricorders, all
Star
right,
Trek and Star Trek.
which were getting more reasonable because, you know, but they still weren't, you know, and before the modern that we have today, cell phone. At the time, you had a Nokia or a flip phone or something like that.
When was the first Apple iPhone?
Oh, iPhones.
Yeah, so I was saying this is about that time, the first iPhone.
No, iPhones came later than that.
No, iPhones came around, I think it was like 2010.
Yeah, 2010. That's what I was saying.
Okay, so you're getting close to it then. Okay.
Yeah. No, because we still had, like, 2004, 2005, we still had the flip phone. Now, Europe, I am still envious of Europe, and I might actually have the one I had in
2007, the first iPhone came out.
Okay, so we were close. We were on the cuffs of it.
But, like, so flip phones in the US were, like, palm sized, or like the Motorola Razr that's more modern for those of you that don't know what the old
I had a Razr.
But in Europe, you could get these teeny tiny pocket phones.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the first. Europe was the first one really to effectively use the SIM card and multiple phones.
Okay.
And I found this out later from a friend of mine that it's because you'd have, like, your daytime phone, which would be like whatever it was.
Sure.
And they were bigger. Mm-hmm. But then if you were going to go out to the club or you were going to go out somewhere where you needed to, like, compact that, you could put it into a smaller phone. I actually had a flip phone that, I kid you not, when folded together was this big.
That's cool.
And actually, I'm sitting here trying to see if it's one of the ones that's sitting over there on my floor right now in the box. Because, like, I have all of my phones since the dawn of time. Even, like, except for the one that fell in the river.
And the river took that one.
Yes, the river took that one, and it was the best thing that ever happened for that phone.
Somewhere out there, a fish is rocking that phone right now.
It is, because it was a Nokia 6160.
Oh, then yeah, Nokia, you know it's not going to die. So
because everybody loved those phones because you could change the faceplates. But it was the phone I had that had the worst reception. But I did also have the very first internet-capable phone.
They need to make a sci-fi movie where cockroaches and Nokia phones are like the only thing to survive the nuclear holocaust or something, and just have a fun story with that.
Wasn't that Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Probably.
So one of the things, if you have to remember the technology level that they're using in Battlestar Galactica at this point, they would not have liked our cell phones.
Mm-hmm. Because the Cylons could have easily accessed them and hacked them.
That is technology that led to the Cylons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that argument, yeah.
So having something like a tricorder doesn't make sense for them.
God, you're making me want to get to get Battlestar Pegasus already. God damn it.
So like Kat was saying, the pen-sized atmosphere detector that just changed color as the gases flew over it. Perfect.
It was the mood ring of the atmosphere.
Yeah. Exactly. We got to tell if it was happy or not. I wrote, of course, no mapping tools because apparently they just, as we talked about, the clouds was making it pretty much impossible to do any of that.
But they do have their little.
Those clouds, I'm saying those are particulate clouds. Those are dust that's been blown up. Because remember, everywhere was wind.
I know, but I guess I think that what I wrote it for was me thinking, but we've already kind of addressed this now with talking about how like a lot of the high tech stuff they wouldn't want. But it's like, they're far in the future. They have spaceships, but they don't have tools that can map a fucking dust cloud. But like, I get it. Like I said, because of them being maybe not anti-technology, but being not so like, hey, let's get so invested in AI and all the other things, they probably aren't investing heavily into some of those technologies because they want to not, be associated or connected too much, right? I'm reliant. We go back to Caprica. It is 15 days. Again, just wild that all this has been 2 weeks. I wrote a reason to stay ? I think that they were discussing Caprica, Boomer, and Kilo was kind of discussing like, if we can't find help or find a way off the planet, do we just hide out here? Do we just live the rest of our days here in this bunker? I guess that's a choice. I don't know what the plan of that would be, but okay.
Well, I do remember it was Boomer who was leaning on the staying side.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was weird because, like, okay, the whole point of her being
what she is, so there's a reason why she wants to do that.
Well, in my head, I would view it because I guess I would want to know what is her. I got the impression her mission was to infiltrate, right, to get back to their ship, to have because I don't know their full understanding on like Boomer being on board there right now, like how connected they are with that Boomer right now. They don't really know. So this would be another way into the ship in case that something happens to that Boomer.
Or are they trying to infiltrate him so that way they can replicate him?
Maybe.
Well, I find it quite interesting what happens after they have this discussion.
Well, so they're cooking breakfast out of the bunker. I did laugh that I'm like,
are those
just nonchalantly cooking breakfast out there. It's like, I don't know, man. This is Cylons just attacked the planet. Maybe I wouldn't be just out there cozying,
Well, the only thing though is Cylons though, they don't have a sense of smell.
No, I know, but I'm sure sound or anything going on, like something like I don't know. Again, the planet was invaded and killed 15 days ago. I'm not necessarily thinking I should be like, let's go out and cook in a city that the Cylons just killed. Like,
well, but here's the other side of that too, though. They were cooking in a diner,
sure.
So some of the sound is gonna be
more
muffled and deadened. He's not using like full-on cooking utensils. He's using a toaster.
I just thought it was kind of funny. It was just one of those like, why not like do that? There's not a plug-in in the bunker. Like
maybe it's a familiar.
Not familiar? No.
Yeah, that's they're saying somebody from their ancestors were being used.
I did write, which made me laugh.
Toaster.
So Cylon attacked after the toaster went off, which made me just laugh because their nicknames are toasters. So the toaster heard a toaster. Hey, no.
I was saying familial.
But yeah, they have the attack. And does he get knocked out in this scene or
yeah?
Is this where he gets knocked out?
Yeah, he gets knocked out when that Cylon goes full Rambo.
Okay.
Which I find it amazing that a machine with high tech eyesight, computer targeting, and everything doesn't think to shoot through the counters.
I find it interesting.
Well, it wasn't them to shoot through the counters.
Well, I just find it interesting that the Cylon itself didn't know he was there until the toaster went off. Like, I don't know, man. You heat sensors or anything? Nothing. Like, I don't know, man.
Just as Boomer came up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boomer comes up. Hi. Yeah. So Kilo gets knocked out. We'll come back to them. We have Starbuck talking to God, low on air.
She's talking to the gods.
Yes.
The Lords of Cobalt.
You're right. If I remember correct, wasn't she like just seeing which one of you is going to answer? Like,
yeah.
And it goes, nobody? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Like, if you can hear me, like, this would be really, oh, no, nothing? Oh, well, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, right. At that point, what are you going to lose?
Yeah. Well, because here's the thing with Starbuck. I feel like Starbuck is not necessarily the most religious person to begin with.
No.
Like, Starbuck could be the person that would go to church just for communion wine.
Mm.
Like, that's the only reason they're there. And that's the highlight.
That or to make fun of other people who are there.
Yeah, while drinking the communion wine, like just hoarding all the glasses as they come by. Like, she's like, "Oh, here, I'll take like 3 for me. Here you go."
I have others coming, so I'll just hold on to them.
Yeah, I'll hold on to these 3 for now. Yeah. And so, but she's in this moment where she's just like, "Man, something's got to give." YOLO, yeah. Like, or it's like, what? There was a movie, and I think it was The Mummy.
Okay.
When the guy, it was a little Weasley guy.
Oh, well, yeah, when he's like trying all the different.
Yeah, he's literally has every single, like, there's a cross, there's an ankh. He's just praying to everything. He's like, one of these has got to stick.
The good version of the Mummy.
Yeah. And so I kind of feel like that was where Starbuck was. It was like, well,
yeah.
It can't hurt to try, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, we'll see. Yeah. Starbuck finds the down Cylon ship. I do like that the ship kind of just looks like it landed safely, almost like her ship. I think we saw parts
disintegrated.
Yeah. It was disintegrating right as she was ejecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like that ship just looks like it's just there. It's just chilling. I'm like, damn, what is that made out of? Like it ain't getting fucked up at all because it's just.
I can tell you exactly how it did it. Narrativium.
What is that?
It was meant to in the story.
Yeah, that's how they wrote it in the script.
Gotta love plot armor. It's always the strongest
plot
thing.
holes.
Until it gets shot out, then the plot armor doesn't. But
you start to see though, like this is the first time we really get to see up close on a Cylon ship to find out that it's actually bioorganic.
Yep. Oh, she hasn't opened it up yet, but yes, you're right. She's walking up to it.
Well, no, you can see it like when she gets up to it.
It's got blood.
There's blood, and you can kind of like see like the membranes.
Either that or it was filled with raspberry sauce and it was leaking.
She definitely feels like good shot, good shooting, Tex. Yeah. Like she's, yeah.
Well, you also have to remember that the old Cylon Raiders were piloted by Cylons.
Mm-hmm.
They would be piloted by 3 Cylons, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yep. I remember those guys, those ships. Then we have Adama yells at Ty for not wanting to leave Starbuck because yes, Ty is at this point like, okay, like we got to move on. And Adama again is like, actually, you can go fuck yourself a lot. And what do you? Oh, you're gonna pull a tie and start drinking? I get it. Me too.
Yeah,
I've been drinking all day.
Gotta love day drinking. But I think is this the moment where he relieves Ty?
This is the point when Apollo also gets involved and basically is like, she's the one person that always calls you on your crap.
Oh yeah,
we
that's
understand
right.
We understand
why
you want
if she
her
was
gone.
gone.
Yeah,
you'd be happy if she's getting. Yep, that's right.
She's the one person here that sees you for what you are.
An old fucking drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm trying to look at oh no, wait. I'm trying to look at my notes if I wrote it ahead of time because I don't know if this is the part where he gets relieved or not. Nope, it's not. It's a little further down. My bad. A little further down. But yes, so they're arguing about that. We go back to Caprica. Kilo is waking up it's kind of like evening, and he's still alive for some reason. He's like, I don't know why the fuck I'm alive. But Boomer's not there. So now he's gonna be trying to figure out what happened to Boomer. Where'd she go? My first thought, yes, obviously I would want to look for Boomer, my person there, but also I'd be, why the fuck am I still alive? Like,
There's that, and my thing is like, why are you running out there like this is a streetcar named Desire, yelling and screaming Boomer's name in the middle of the street?
We've already established he was cooking toast. You know, he wasn't very smart anyway. I mean,
well, but here's the like we said though, like okay, the toast thing, okay, it's in a building, maybe they're not going to hear it,
sure,
but like running out in the street and being like Stella, like they're gonna hear that.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yelling for Sharon. Yep. We go back to Starbuck. Finds a way into the Cylon. She kind of finds a compartment where she can rip off the bottom plate. She finds out that she's seen all the organic pieces, and she kind of sees it as like alive. Mm-hmm. So she's a little grossed out, but she's figuring out how to get through there. She also has the idea not only if she can try to fly it, but if it's alive, her idea is all living things have to breathe. Mm-hmm. And so she's trying to figure out what is making the air in there as well, so that she can maybe survive, because at this point her air is starting to get low.
She also ripped out the brain.
She did. She was like, you don't need this anymore.
That's just like a full lobotomy.
I'm going to be the brain. Get out.
Yeah, right. It was like, oh, well, okay. Apollo pulls rank on Chief. What a dick. I wrote that they have 13 Vipers down. So it is clear that as they keep going down there and keep clogging up things, and there's just not enough. There's not enough parts, not enough time to clean everything to keep searching this whole planet. So things are not going great there. But you're starting to see Apollo and Adama are just, they're desperate. They are focused. They are not going to stop. So that is an interesting view to see, especially knowing, like as we talked about before, in the miniseries where Chief was forced to shut the container so the ship could survive, and he, killed some of his men that way. Like, it's interesting to see how, again, Adama can't make that choice. He's struggling to make that decision. Yeah. But yet was forcing Chief to be like, no, we have to do it this way. So it's just interesting when the shoe's on the other foot now. I wrote Ty seems to be a dick, but kind of right. I mean, at this point, Ty is like, he's starting to bring up points like, okay, like they're running out of air, they're running out of time. The longer we sit here, the more likely Silence will show up. And also, we're down a lot of Vipers right now. So if we do get attacked, we might be fucked. So also, I think at this point, I think this might be about the time the fleet has spread out to kind of help them. And so it's going to even be harder to get everyone back together to jump. So Ty is trying to be reasonable. He's being a dick about it, but at the same time, he is being reasonable. Like, okay, guys, this is one pilot versus the entire human race.
That's left. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well, he's not wrong. I wrote tears out brain. So I guess tears out brain at this point. There we go. When she's trying to figure out the air, she wrote even cockroaches have to breathe. So she's looking for the air. I did write. I wrote Apollo upsets mom. LOL.
Back to our previous conversation that like the president and Adama are like mom and dad, and he's
that is canon for the rest of the series now. That is just yes. Clearly the president is like, as I was talking about with Ty, why are we in this situation? Like, what is going on? We got to keep moving. The entire human race is here, guys. We can't sacrifice it all for one person. And so Apollo's like, no, we got this, mom. And she's like, okay.
Listen here, Billy.
Right.
And she really did kind of have that mom moment with the two of them.
Well, we're not there yet. We're almost there.
Okay.
Because I do like this line when he's communicating with her. We don't leave anyone behind and then she kind of points up until you do, because they have. Like, they have left people behind.
Yeah, there was like a whole planet with like a greenhouse y'all left behind, if you don't remember.
Yeah, like, and also there was also like there's multiple ships and people like they've left behind a lot of people. So this argument is not really hell. They thought a guy was a Cylon, so they left him behind on a fucking space station in a planet or whatever, like moon. Like,
didn't he turn out actually being a Cylon?
Yeah, yes, but they don't know that.
I mean, I'm just as a reminder that he really was the Cylon. It was literally like a game of werewolf. They literally picked the werewolf and dropped him on a planet.
Like I said, they didn't fully know. They were like, I don't know, man.
Maybe.
Yeah, and because he even left him, goes, here's some food. If you're not a Cylon, best of luck. Yeah. Like, best of luck.
It's more like Among Us, where you don't find whether you got the right one or not.
Well, that's werewolf, yeah. But yeah, it's just that funny moment of, again, it's interesting to have this happen in episode 5 when it was just 2 or 3 episodes ago that we were leaving people behind. So it's kind of just a funny thing versus like this could have been something that they could have had this argument another like next season, right? Like, oh, you know, that did happen, don't forget. But this, like, yeah, it's fresh in all of our minds. This happened just a few weeks ago. Like, and we know that this show is in the last 2 weeks. So this happened days ago for them. So, like, we don't leave anyone behind. Well, you do.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up. You do. I wrote, Gata and Adama have an awkward moment when the countdown clock goes down for out of air. Because Gata's like, all right, well, she's out of air. Let's, call off the search. And Adama's just like, fuck you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? And he's like, well, like the air might be out. And he's like, that was always just an estimate.
She could have taken a spare.
Yeah,
maybe it was a spare tank. I mean, it's Starbucks. She does these things. So.
As we talked about earlier in the show, they can have a whole command center in that backpack. Like, it's fine. It's fine. They must have bad writing television on their planet too. So, I mean, he must be used to that. But yeah, so I do like that. Gata's just like, I don't know what to do, but I guess I'm just gonna follow orders. But like, super awkward moment.
I do believe this was the bit where Ty also.
Yeah, so
because it was in answer to Ty where she said he said about the spare tank.
Yes, I wrote I wrote next line is Adama relieves Ty, and I wrote damn, damn. You can tell where Dad's angry now because he has relieved Ty and said that you can fuck off and we're gonna keep looking. So he tells him to go back to his quarters, which is a serious moment because we haven't seen that so far in the series. I had this note that I find it's really nothing, but it was something that I've noticed as I've watched the show. I wrote super progressive for a sci-fi show at the time. The amount of women working on the bridge right now. And I was like, if you look around, there's a lot of fucking women on board the bridge. Like, I was like, hey, that's kind of progressive for a 2004 show. Like, hey, not bad.
Well, yes and no. Like, the early aughts, there was a very big progressive, like, pro-women, Rosie the Riveter almost type of movement happening.
Sure.
Which, I mean, we could use a little more of today, just going out there on a limb. But,
all for it.
But I think it also kind of went to show because that was also when you were starting to get the early days of like STEM schools. And that girls, they were starting to finally break the myth that girls are bad at science and math. Because that's not always the case. I was great at science and math. But
I was not great at science.
Yeah, but the thing is, there was this giant misconception for decades that, girls just aren't good at math and science. So
I watched Mad Men.
But ultimately, like, you take that diversity out of the job pool and out of education and everything else, you don't know what kind of talent you're really missing out on. But, so you saw a lot of that. I mean, right around that time was when we had Captain Janeway, our first female captain in Star Trek. So it was really encouraging women to get into these scientific, engineering, mathematical careers by giving them people to mirror after.
Sure. No, yeah.
You also can't say you watched Mad Men without a cigarette and a tumbler of whiskey in your hand.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go get some whiskey. No, I just, like I said, it was just something I noticed. Is I've noticed several episodes when they like pan out and we see the entire bridge and everyone working. And I was like, huh, they're all women. Like, I was like, you have Gata, and then they're like all women. Gata probably loves his position. He's probably like, how you doing? You know. But yeah, I was just like, that's cool. That's a cool thing I didn't notice, because even in like some of the Star Trek shows that we're talking about, often there's one or two lead women and then the rest are all men. So like seeing a bridge full of women, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, nice. Just an observation. I wrote the president. She she goes to talk to. This is when she goes to talk to Adama and Apollo. I wrote, president says sorry in quotation marks. Adama is fuck you. Clearly at this moment she's like, oh, it sucks that you lost your pilot. I'm sorry. And he's like, yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have any verification that we lost the pilot. So he's again not giving up. He's very going there. I wrote mom and dad are
very
fighting.
grasping at straws at this point as well.
Mm-hmm. President coming. Oh, the president's coming on board the ship, and Starbuck is learning how to fly. He's trying to figure out how to fly the Cylon ship. We see her trying to move around parts and everything.
She squeezed the lobes, and the gun went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's not how we fly out of here. Okay.
We won't touch that one again.
She's like, let's not touch that. Especially if she's gonna go fly up there. She's gonna be like, probably don't want to be activating the gun. Like, they'll shoot me. When the president comes on board the ship, Ty starts telling all the dirty details to the president. That's obviously, I wrote mom mad at dad and son. Apparently, I just wrote this whole thing about these. Yeah, so
she went to the brother-in-law to get the dirt.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, "What's going on? What's the lowdown?" He's like,
"Yeah,
girl, let me tell you."
Now, at this point, he's not out of order.
No.
Some people might view that as being out of order but no, he does have a legitimate. Hey, this is wrong. This is getting a little bit.
Like you said, what I wrote before is I think Ty was in the right. It's just Ty's a dick about it.
Yeah.
But he was in the right. What he was saying was absolutely correct. It's just he was being an asshole about it. That's why it didn't translate well.
He does have that problem all of the time, though.
Well, that's just who he is. He's just a douchebag. Hey, the actor who plays a great douchebag.
Oh, he's an awesome actor.
Yeah. So at this point, she sits them down and kind of talks to them about how, like, I get you care about Starbuck. I get she's important. I get that she's like kind of your last connection to your dead son, but human race, we could all die. And she guilt trips them, right? She's like, if you want to keep doing this, go right ahead. You're right. You're the Mr. Military man. This is the military operation, so I don't have any say. But FYI, are you the guy that's going to kill the entire human race just for one person? Just curious.
Yeah,
bye.
Just got to know, like I need to know where we all stand here.
Yeah. So at that point, Dama and Paulo kind of have that look at it with each other. Dama picks up the phone and calls off the search. Terminate the search. Starbuck has figured out how to fly. I do like that, like, we do see her like pulling on different things to figure out how to fly, but it does make it kind of funny that it seems slightly more straightforward than it probably should be. But it's like, oh, if I put my foot here, that's a gas pedal. Okay, I guess this works. Like,
yeah.
One of the things she said when she was doing that kind of interested me. She said there are 4 basic controls to flight. Mm-hmm. Right? You got your throttle, mm-hmm. your pitch, your yaw, and your roll. Mm-hmm. That applies in an atmosphere. Out of an atmosphere in space, there's actually 6 because you can transverse like that. Well, but I mean, they didn't want to get into the weed. I get it. I'm just bringing that up.
I also think that she's also thinking, I just need to get off the planet.
Yeah. But once you get into space, that does become important.
I can figure the rest of it out once I'm in the air, but I gotta get in the air first.
I'm trying to figure out what I wrote. Apollo, we are good. Adama, nope. Zach. I don't know what I wrote.
It was a conversation Apollo had with Adama about the whole Zach situation. And Apollo said, if that was me down there, would you be doing as much?
And
Adama said, you don't even need to ask that.
Yeah.
If it was you, we wouldn't be leaving.
That's fair. Yep, I remember that now.
And then Apollo had a bit of a teary.
Oh, well, actually, I wrote the 2 lines down. I have that same written. So I wonder. I don't know. Who knows where I wrote that? Because 2 lines down, I wrote Apollo questions if it was him. Adama says they would never leave. I also wrote.
They were also having the conversation about, are we doing this because of Zach?
Oh, yeah. I think the conversation about Zach led into that. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah. I wrote Starbuck family breaks the rules. Again, not sure what I was going for in that.
They kept, especially the commander kept saying that she's family, and kept pushing the rules because she's family.
Okay, I can see that. Okay. Ty resumes duty. They start the clock as they're getting ready to make their jump. President stays on board. Instead of going back to her ship, she's going to stay on the bridge with them.
She wanted to see what happened.
Yes. I think she also, she's probably still trying to follow, trying to gauge Adama still, probably. So, this might be kind of why she's there. All of a sudden, the Cylon Raider, they wrote Cylon Raider on them before jump. So that's close. So before the Cylon Raider would be there before they could make the jump, which is I think kind of I'm going to call a bullshit answer, because we've seen these types of situations before. People shot rockets at them and they were able to jump. So I'm like, okay, plot armor. But
well, I wonder if the reason they're saying that is because if the Cylon Raider's there, then they're going to scramble jets to get rid of the Cylon Raider.
Well, that's the thing. If it's far enough away, just jump before it gets to them. They were on the countdown clock already. So they wrote it there. Okay.
That wouldn't have fit with the story very well, though.
Exactly.
Again, narrativia, the plot.
Watch them jump away, and Starbuck's like, shit.
Stuck in there going, fuck.
She's like, damn, now I gotta figure out where the FTL is in this thing.
Exactly. She's looking around. Fuck, I didn't have time to figure out what I pulled for that.
Oh, the thing I ripped out, the brain thing, was probably the navigation. Damn it.
Also, I don't know which direction to get. Let's see here. Apollo gets on a ship, flies out there. He kind of ends up being the only one because Hot Dog can't get out there. His ship gets jammed.
Hot Dog can't go. Well, again, this is kind of feeding into.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that one. I'll roll with that one. That's fine. Things happen. Whatever.
Oh, you gotta excuse the story. I'm not making it as a complaint, but it just.
No, I know. But Kat can talk about. We were talking about plot holes in movies last night, and it's one of those things where there's.
It doesn't make it not enjoyable, but it's just hold up.
Yeah, there's a difference between plot holes that are that could happen, or plot holes that's just lazy writing. I don't think them saying that they can't jump in time. I think that's lazy writing, but I get why they did it. But then him being stuck in that could happen. There could be an issue in there. I don't know. I'd roll with that. Let's see here. So we get to Apollo is out there going after the Cylon Raider. She sees it and she's trying to dodge him. She wrote. She says, "Look before you shoot, please." Clearly hoping that he figures out who she is.
And he immediately starts shooting.
Yes, he does. He does. And she's like, "Shut up, bitch." I think this is the part when she's trying to get close and he doesn't even fire and almost gets almost hits her. And she's not that close.
He does nick her at one point.
Yeah, and she's like, not that close.
Oh, that's too close.
Yeah. But I like that she starts doing all these maneuvers and all these things. And then at this point you can see Apollo's like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
I've never seen one fly like this before.
Yeah, he even says like, "This guy's acting weird. Like something's wrong.
Like something's not right here."
Yeah. Let's see here. I wrote.
And then it got into formation with him.
Yep.
And
I
was
wrote
their formation. It wasn't just a formation.
Well, I wrote before I wrote Starbuck mocking Apollo. As she's trying to like fly and through formation, she's kind of like making fun of him in there, like, "Come on, dumbass!" Like kind of like just being, "I'm a better pilot anyway," that kind of situation. So it's just kind of funny. She does finally fly under, like, over him, where he can see underneath her wings or whatever you want to call those. And yeah, she has written that, Starbuck, and
in like duct tape. I'm guessing that's what it looked like. But I'm like,
that yellow tape that she had yellow tape in her backpack. Remember?
Yeah, but like that's a whole lot of yellow tape.
Oh yeah.
I'd roll with it. I'd roll with it.
Yeah.
She used it all.
Well, because I would assume you'd have a bunch of stuff. Because also, if you're in a spacesuit, if you get tears, you need to have that tape to be able to seal up tears in your suit.
Yeah. She definitely used it all.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, but I do like right with Starbuck. It's he's
right
all excited.
Letter K. She was like,
Yeah.
Shit. But they're all happy. Everyone's super excited. Starbuck's coming. They have the ship fly onto. It's funny that they don't show us the ship flying in, because I wonder how well her landing would have been.
Well, I'm also trying to figure out, like, we've seen that you can barely get the Vipers in that landing bay. So once again, plot armor, because the Cylon ships are like 3 times as wide as a Viper.
remember they did get the entire Colonial One in there at one point as well.
Well, once again,
that's a lot bigger.
Once again, they CGI'd to make it look bigger.
Yeah.
But like we saw, like in those first couple episodes where they were like rapidly putting the pilots back on so they could jump in episode 33.
Probably because it's going to be such a seldom scene to see that ship come in. They decided just not to CGI it to save money.
Yeah, they're like we're just gonna let people think it fits somehow. Like mallet space.
So I like how you brought up CGI, because that's one thing I also love about the show is, yes, it does use CGI because obviously it's a sci-fi show, it needs CGI. But there's a lot of fucking great practical stuff. Because yes, when the ship is flying around, clearly it's CGI, but when they get it on board the ship, that's practical. That's real. They built that to hold it. Like, it looks dope as hell right there, right? Like, it looks real. There's just something about, I've been watching like the old Japanese Godzilla films, and the Japanese people are phenomenal with their miniatures. They know how to do practical effects really, really well. Something that I think America is not always super great at. And so it's just, I think practical, when you can do something practical, it's just that much better. It's just that much better. I love it. But on board there. What?
The UK used to be really brilliant at it. That's where you got like 2001 and Alien, all the practical effects with the ships and stuff like that. And original Star Wars, most of them were done in England. Not a lot of it was done in LA and shipped over there, but yeah.
Oh, see, I was just gonna make a joke about Wallace and Gromit. Big cheese, Gromit, cheese. No.
Yeah, that too.
I grew up with Wallace and Gromit.
Now I feel old again. Thank you.
Well, if you want to feel older, what was the show with like the green guy, the green like shaped? I'll have to find
Gumby?
What?
Gumby?
That Gumby sounds right.
And it's got it's like
a
horse
gum kind of
thing.
Yeah, Gumby. Yeah.
Now I feel old again. Thank you.
You're welcome. But so they get her on board. She goes to the what's the word I'm looking for here? Infirmary?
Mm-hmm.
Sick bay.
Sick bay.
Whatever. Yeah, she's there. Everyone's coming to check up on her. Adama comes in to check up on her, and you could see the moment when she like sees him, like she's not sure what to expect, right? Like she's like, oh shit, like this is the last time we talked was not great. And he is kind of chilled. And doesn't he give her a cigar?
He gives her his last cigar.
Yeah, his last cigar. That's right. We do get to see that it's an emotional scene too, because we see that she kind of cries for a moment there, and I think it's a nice touch. It's a very well done scene. I think both of the actors. It's not like drawn out, but it's not too short. It's just right with the right amount of motion and a right amount of connection. Where two people are like, "Hey, I'm happy you're alive," but we're not going to get too deep into it. But I'm nodding that I'm happy you're here. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was a good moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the episode ends. That is the end of the episode, guys. I they say you can't go home again, but it looks like Starbuck went home. So I mean, I think the episode lied. It lied to us. And also we went back to Caprica technically. So I mean, we really went home again. So
Stella! Sorry.
So what did you guys think of this episode? What did we feel? What was our vibe?
I feel like we're getting more into the space exploration side of it.
Sure, okay.
And a little bit out of, which is good. Like, I mean, you have to at some point break up the monotony of we're on a ship and we're running.
Yeah.
Oh no, we still had plenty of the everyone's gonna die going on. But you got to see them like actually getting out more in the overall environments.
Fair. Yeah. We're finally kind of getting to the meat of the show, right? Where it's not the opening where we're all hyped up on adrenaline all the time. We're kind of getting into this is what's going to happen each week. Things are going to be happening. So it's kind of the main show, right? That's where we're kind of at right now. I think it's good. I think it's a fun episode to watch, and there's some really good emotional moments. It's definitely a very dramatic show, which was in this episode, I think. I wouldn't call it the most drawn in for me. Like, not to say this should be anyone's first episode, but if this was like the first episode I watched the series, I might not have been drawn in by this episode, just because, especially the Caprica stuff. We didn't get really much of a resolution or anything with Caprica, and I would have been just like, what? Okay. Like,
I'm kind of feeling like Caprica and what's happening there is just like, we need to fill like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, that is how I'm kind of feeling about the Caprica episodes, because they're really short. They're not fully connected to anything else other than the fact that we know that the boomers are Cylons.
It's very clearly going to play the long game. It's just going to be a very long game.
They all look like Canada.
Blame Canada.
Well, I mean, they have better healthcare, so I mean, what can I say?
I mean, yeah.
And they got maple syrup. God damn it! No. Yes, this was episode 5. Season 1 is 13 episodes, so we're not quite at the halfway. We're about hitting the halfway point.
This kind of works as like a halfway two-parter.
That's fair. I could go with that. Yeah. I could go with that. Looks like we are going to be rolling into, the next episode is going to be called Litmus. So we're going to have, I'm just looking ahead at some of the episodes. I mean, like the titles. We have some interesting titles. Looks like there's going to be a BDSM title coming up here soon for you too. Tie me up, tie me down. We're getting going. Maybe the Cylons have discovered kink.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's really why they're hanging out with Baltar, because they're like, hey, all of us, we're machines, we're horny as fuck. That's why we made ourselves hot. So exploring everything is what we got to do. I do like that this episode had almost very little of Baltar, which is just kind of funny because, like, it's, there's so many characters in this show that they're like, okay, we want to try to incorporate everyone, but at the same time, some characters just need to take a backseat this episode because they're not the focus this week. But I know we're gonna have a lot more Baltar ahead. We're definitely gonna have some fun tricks. What are we most looking forward to going forward into the show?
I don't know yet. I mean,
is there something you're like, oh man, I really hope they deal with this, or I really hope we get to see something like this?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because for me, so I mean, we're still
early.
We're not even halfway through season 1.
No.
And so, for me as a new person coming into this, I'm still figuring out all the moving parts.
Sure.
And where it all starts. And I mean, some of it obviously ties together, but it's other than the fact that I really just want someone to slap the president, But
Oh,
I mean,
really?
she really annoys me.
You want to slap mom?
Like, there's just something about her that is just like, woman, get out the chair.
I want to know how she got that role, only because I want someone to be like, hey, so since you were the first lady in a movie a couple years prior, we're now going to make you the president.
Right?
Now. Remember Independence Day? She was the first lady.
Oh, was she? Oh,
yeah, she died.
Yeah, but she not right away. She was like, she survived a while.
But she died.
A lot of people died. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy from Christmas Vacation died. So I mean, hey, but no, I that's interesting to take. I didn't know that you had such strong feelings about the president, but that's cool. I'm cool with that. I no
there are a lot of characters that I kind of want to slap. Like we've had these discussions on the other shows, like Karen from Daredevil. like she just drives me nuts. Like and it's not just her in Daredevil.
All I want to say there is
I got that way with her even when she was in True Blood. Like when she was in True Blood as a human, she was fine. As soon as she got turned into a vampire, I was just like, she got to go.
She was only human for like 5 seconds.
But still, that was the worst part though. Is she becomes like as a human, she was like, oh hi, I'm so nice and sweet and innocent.
What?
And then like she gets her, but I want to become a vampire. And then she gets what she wants, and it's like, please, somebody grab a UV light.
What? I don't remember this.
She kind of was like she.
I thought she was part of that like super hardcore Christian family that Bill was forced to turn, because that was like they were trying to prove that he was still a vamp. Like the vampire wasn't like the vampire council was forcing him.
But at first it was like, oh, like she like there were certain things she'd said where it was like, oh, this would be really fun and exciting.
Shit, I need to rewatch True Blood. Damn,
it's been a long time, yeah. But then there was like a part. Then she gets turned, and it's like at that point, like she just got super whiny. Like, what do you mean I can't go play with my friends? Like, please, someone grab a UV lamp and just in her.
I guess I was more. I mean, she was attractive, so maybe that's why I was more like okay.
Yeah.
With it.
And I think that's why people aren't as annoyed with her as Karen. But like, even season 1 with her as Karen, I was just like, someone kneecap her. She gotta go.
I love that actress, so maybe that's why I'm a little okay with it. I can see that with the character. I can see that. I would just love for them to get further on and bring Elektra back, only because there's so much toxicity in the relationship between Elektra and Daredevil that like I kind of want that drama. Mm-hmm. I'm like, ooh, I want this shit TV. Let me get my popcorn and watch this drama go down.
Yeah. Or like Iris in The Flash. Like I liked her until her and Barry got married. After they got married, I was like, someone stake her.
I didn't even make it that far.
Oh yeah. See, like here's the thing. Like there was a little bit like she did kind of annoy me from the aspect of like
I remember her feeling annoying.
She's kind of like I always kind of feel like with Barry, even though like they had that sibling-esque relationship, even though they weren't blood relation.
Yeah.
She was kind of like a mean girl.
Do you think she ever was like, no step bro, no?
Oh, I'm sure you can find that video out there somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
But there are just certain characters that something about the way they're written. I'm done. I'm like, no,
that's fair.
You got to go.
That's
how I feel about the president, because I feel like, and like we've discussed that. Yes, she was like the Secretary of Education who all of a sudden, because of a mass
genocide.
casualty event,
that's all,
is now the lone survivor, right? And
she's Kiefer Sutherland now.
Yeah. So, and she was absolutely not prepared for that. And she absolutely has which I mean, let's face it, we all know you don't have to really know what you're doing to be the president. We all know this. Like, just look at the news. But
well, at least in the United States anyway.
Yeah.
Other countries you might actually have to.
You might need to know what's going on, but yeah. But there's just something about her. Like, I don't know if it's because she's too mom or she's too school teacher. I'm like, someone needs to slap her and show her what the real world is really like, so we can get on with this and make sure that the race really survives.
I mean, she is suffering from cancer. She is suffering from cancer. Maybe give her a little bit of slack.
Well, then drop her on that planet. Give her some extra radiation. She got to go.
Oh, that's great. I do like this.
I wonder if we can see how much your opinion will change on her over time, though.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, this will be good for a short, and then we have
what you're saying is fairly instinctual.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
over time, she comes into her own.
Well, but what I have seen so far, Wayne Brady wants to slap a bitch.
That's why I said I'd like to see where over time.
Man, I'm gonna have to make a little
chart.
Chart. Like how do we feel about it this week? She can die. I'll be like, oh, she's okay. No, we'll just
We'll guess it in Excel. How much does Kat hate president?
I love it. We'll get right on that.
The slap chart. Like how much does Kat want to slap her this episode?
I also want to say is this far in 5 episodes in, notice how we have not mentioned Earth since the miniseries.
Earth's overrated. We live here.
Yeah, I was like, remember how it ended? The miniseries was like, we're gonna go looking for Earth, and it's like that hasn't come up at all. That's not even here. Earth? What's Earth? I didn't even know her. No,
they look up the files for Earth and they're all redacted.
Yeah. Somewhere there's that Rolodex that you see in like every.
They're in the Baltar files.
It's
the Baltar files. There you go.
Every movie that has like an AI or like robot component where the robot becomes sentient, looking at like the news clips about Earth. Somewhere someone saw that, they're just like, "Oh, nah, dog, we don't want to go to that neighborhood." Like, property values way down.
I know I just jokingly said Baltar files, but now unfortunately it connects even more. Knowing that 6 did kill a child in the miniseries right off the bat. So it's even more connected than I would have liked that joke to have been. But yeah. No, I think we have some fun stuff ahead of us. I think it's like I said, there's plenty of characters to go for. I think the only character at the moment that I'm feeling like, man, I would love for you to shut the fuck up. Is I would say 50% of the time it's Apollo. I want Apollo sometimes to shut the fuck up.
He does come across as very goody sometimes.
Yeah, it's weird because one episode he is, next episode he's not. So it's like,
I'm like, it's a toss up. I'm like, which episode are you trying to impress Starbuck in?
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah.
Because
he wants to go for his dead brother's fiance. Let's can I get in that pants?
There's a kink for that.
They wanted to keep it in the family.
Yeah,
the other one I would
bonding.
Say, I just can't. The other one I would say is
I can't say anything.
Is the president's aide? Which, by the way, I don't think we've seen him in 2 episodes. So
Billy,
what?
Billy.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we should check up on him. I don't feel like we haven't seen him very much.
He was the one human on that one ship that they had to shoot down.
Oh God! But yeah, he's another one that when he pops up and I'm like, like they're trying to make us like him, but I think he's just annoying. No, there's characters that they haven't done much with that I really want them to, and I know they will. Gata is one of them that I fucking love. Gata. I love that actor though. I've loved him in just other things he's done. Mm-hmm. So I can't wait. He was in a season 3.
He's popped up in a few places.
Was it season 2 or season 3 of The 100 that he showed up in?
Oh, was it?
It was about the time that I didn't realize Battlestar Galactica writers jumped on The 100 and started writing The 100. And I was like, die! I was like, no wonder why I like The 100. It has the writers.
That was a series that had so much more potential. Like it could have.
Oh, well, yeah, it would be like, okay, this season really, really good, really, really good, really, really. Oh, now we're gonna go really, really bad. Really, really good again. Really. Yeah. It had some ups and downs.
Yeah.
And they killed off one of the best characters anyway over a dumb thing. We took out Lincoln, and he was great.
Well, but Lincoln then had to go on to do American Gods.
This is true. He did get to go on to do American Gods, and now I'm wondering where the fuck he is now because I like him and I would like to see more of him.
Yeah.
Please bring him back.
Lots of us would like to see a lot more of him.
I'm sure, Kat, you would love to see a lot more of him.
Yes, we'd like to see a lot more of that actor.
I'm sure you know what though, since he's not getting any jobs right now, I'm sure we could find him on what's that one with the actors? You can pay them to say their name or happy birthday. We could probably get that for him. Like, hey, can you take off your shirt and say happy birthday to Kat? Because she really wants to see that. She says she wants to see more of you.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it called?
Ooh, Hoochman has an idea.
No. That site. That site. But I can't remember.
I know if I heard the name, I'd be like, that's it. Watch me start typing that in, we're going to find a porn site or something. But either way, we have some fun stuff to look forward to, guys. But I guess going forward, before we wrap up this week, Kat, there's a lot of things going on over at Feast of Fandoms, right?
Well, I mean, we've always got a lot going on at Feast of Fandoms because Feast of Fandoms is a cornucopia of your geek and fandom entertainment. We have something for you virtually almost every single day of the week. As you all know, if you're here watching us here at All This Has Happened Before, we are here twice a month on Sundays for your Battlestar Galactica recap viewing pleasure. Mondays, for all you Marvel fans out there, we have the crew from MCU Monday that is going through everything that has to do with the Marvel Universe. I believe right now they are finishing up Daredevil, and I think they may be hopping back into Jessica Jones after that. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely feel free to check them out on Mondays. Tuesdays is kind of our Trek Tuesday area. We have Captain's Logs and Lightsabers. We try and get some gaming news out because a lot of the video games come out with a lot of their news on Mondays nights and Tuesday afternoons. Wednesdays is when we start to roll into our Star Wars content. We have War of the Stars, where they talk about lore, they talk about entertainment, they talk about books. They really get into the nitty-gritty of what is Star Wars. We continue that rolling into Thursdays with Cantina Happy Hour. They're going to be more your fun, lighthearted entertainment crew. They're talking about your shows. They're talking about your animated series. They're talking about the movies, as well as any new series that may be coming out through any popular streaming services. Fridays, we have some fun stuff for our otakus out there. We have Snackame, which is our anime-based snack show, where Janae and Garrett will review an anime, and then they will be also enjoying some fun Japanese meals and snacks. Also, for my Book Talk girlies, make sure that you hop on over on Fridays to check out Courts and Confusion, where Jonathan goes ahead and reviews romantasy books from the perspective of a man. Now, if you're looking for a real wild ride, make sure you tune in on Saturdays. We've got the Geek Gauntlet. We are talking everything from anime to video games to the latest in your DC entertainment. We've just recently finished capping up Invincible, some of the great shows that Amazon's coming out with. It's a little bit of spice for your life. It is a later night show, so we do get a little carried away sometimes, but make sure you hop on over there on Saturdays. And of course, once again, make sure you hop over on Sundays to watch All This Has Happened Before. If we have done anything in this episode to make you laugh, make you smile, make you cry, or think that, hey, maybe there were some Easter eggs I missed and I need to tune in and find out what their thoughts are on this show, make sure you don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. That way you get that notification every single time we go live.
Hey, thank you there. Before we wrap up, there's two things I'll add there. One is definitely want to tune in the Geek Gauntlet because we kind of are pushing the wait and see until how long it takes Shaw to kill us. So if you want to see how many buttons to push to get there, it'll be fun. And then the second idea, I think for an April Fool's Day, we should do this next year for Feast of Fandoms, is every show should do a special episode on April Fool's Day, like War of the Stars, and it can be literally them talking about stars in the solar system. And, we can have all these different things, the Marvel show, we could have them talking about like modern Marvels. We'll just go so deep into people like, what the hell is this? But I think it'd be fun. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well,
who'd win in a fight between Venus and Uranus?
Exactly. See, these are the answers we need to know.
These are the questions that inquiring minds want to know.
Exactly. Pluto versus Mercury. Let's go down.
But Pluto's no longer a planet.
We're gonna make it a planet.
Like they keep changing its status.
You know what? I stand up for Pluto. God damn it.
Pluto's like a Gemini and Mercury retrograde. It can't make up its mind.
Yeah. Well, we will see you guys next time. As always, so say we all, guys.
So say we all.
Take care, guys.
I didn't catch you.